Hey everybody, I did a video a few weeks ago about how the world has gone crazy and webcams cost over $200 now. So since I put that video out, there have been a couple of more options that have been brought to my attention. One being, and this is kind of new, but Canon has released an EOS webcam utility for their full mirrorless and DSLR cameras, and it doesn't work on all of their cameras. There's a list on their website. I'll put a link to that in the description below, but some people have confirmed that their cameras do indeed work with this EOS webcam utility, even though their camera is not on the official list. So I would consider those cameras that are not on that list unsupported, but you can cross your fingers and try your camera to see if it works. The other options that were brought to my attention was the ability to use some of the lower end action cams as webcams. Now this is something I genuinely had no idea you could do, and a couple of people left comments letting me know that you could do this. One guy was genuinely angry at me that I didn't bring that option up. Anyway, I generally won't recommend a technology that I haven't used and haven't tested hands-on myself. So one thing, I can't test the Canon EOS webcam utility because I don't own a Canon camera. But I did go out and buy a couple of the knockoff action cams that can double as webcams, and I've got a couple of them to review here in this video. One of them, the first one that I'm going to review, is an exercise in what not to do because it's a really bad camera and I recommend that nobody buys this. But I'm going to review it, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you what to look out for so you don't fall into that same trap and buy the same piece of garbage. The second action cam that I looked at is the SJ4000, and it is a steal at $20. I'm actually going to give the one that I reviewed away to one of the viewers of this video. Stick around till the end of the video to find out how you can get your chance to win that action cam. But at this point, I think I've rambled enough. If you're looking for some budget webcam alternatives, here are some options. So I did a little bit of research and I watched some video tests of the SJ4000 Action Cam. And according to everything that I found, this SJ4000 should do. So I found one on eBay for 15 bucks. I went ahead and ordered it, and I want to see what we get for 15 bucks. All right, so let's open this up and take a look and see what we got here. All right, so there's the box, and pretty cheap. I'm not gonna lie, it's very unimpressive. But there's the camera itself, and we've got a handful of accessories and mounting pieces and things like that. Charging cable, helmet mount. It's got a lock on the top here. Pretty unimpressive. It feels a lot lighter than a GoPro. And it does indeed have a battery in it. This thing feels like it's made out of paper. And let's power it on, see if anything happens. There are control tabs on the side here to go through the menus. There is no option that I could find in the menu to set this up as a webcam. Alright, so I plugged the camera into the computer and it detected the camera right away. I had no problems with that aspect. So everything is looking good so far. I'm going to see if I can set this up as a webcam in Skype. So I've got Skype open here, I've got settings open, and right here I should see the camera in the drop-down list. I'm assuming it's this general-UVC right here. So once I click on this, we should see the webcam. Oh! That's very, very cropped in and not very good. Yeah, this is really, really super tight. Okay, I'm going to kill Skype now and see what an actual recording looks like in OBS Studio. At this point, admittedly, I was a little stumped as to why the video looked so bad. I did some research before I bought this thing, and as far as I could tell, the SJ4000 was a pretty good camera. So then I got to looking at, oh no. Alright, so just to make sure that my mind wasn't playing tricks on me, I've gone back and checked the purchase on eBay, and this thing was indeed actually being sold as an SJ4000. It is not, so I'm going to return this thing. I want to tip you guys in on something here as far as fraudulent eBay sellers go. This basically says that it's a free 30-day return, buyer pays for return shipping. That is something to discourage people from returning fraudulent sales. So what they'll do is they'll put buyer pays for return shipping in here, and that is to discourage you from submitting a claim back to eBay. But if you look here to the eBay return policy, it says you are covered by the eBay money back guarantee if you receive an item that is not described as in the listing. So they'll have to issue an RMA for this. Don't tolerate buying mislabeled items from eBay. If it says that they're selling an SJ4000, they got to sell an SJ4000. You got to be held accountable, and you got to stand by your word. And there is nothing in this listing that would indicate that this is not an SJ4000. I'm going to send this back, get a refund, and order an actual SJ4000. Alright, so it's been about a week later, and now I have the actual SJCAM in my possession. This just arrived in the mail today. First thing I noticed, the packaging is a lot better. It's a lot more sturdy, and it feels solid. Like that other thing felt like a paper bag full of air. I have some pretty good feelings about this, but you know, we can't judge a book by its cover. Let's see how it works. Inside here we've got the actual cam itself. We've got some doohickeys and doodads. All of these look like they're about the same as what was in the other camera kit, the El Cheapo instruction manual, that is not printed on just like cheap paper. Huh. The case is really about the same as the other El Cheapo Action Cam. Come on, there you go. And here's the SJ4000. It feels heavier than the other Action Cam. This has actual HDMI output, micro HDMI output, so that could be handy. But the reason I bought it is to see if it works as a webcam. Let's give it a shot and find out. Alright, so this is what you can expect the SJCAM to look like when you use it in webcam mode. I don't think this picture looks too bad, and I think for $20 this is actually a pretty good deal. There are a couple of limitations to using this as a webcam, but I've got some workarounds for that. The main problem with this is that the built-in microphone on this thing is absolutely terrible. I wanted to do a recording of this going into OBS, but OBS doesn't actually even pick up the SJCAM's built-in microphone at all, so I couldn't do that. The way I'm working with this, and the way that you can get a mic for your conferencing calls like Skype or Zoom or whatever, is you can actually use an external microphone like this one right here. This thing costs a little over $1. I get them on eBay. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. It's not the best sounding mic in the world, but for something like a conference call or a Skype or something like that, this should get the job done and should work out pretty well for you. And for what it is, I don't think it sounds too bad. Now the better option for a mic is this right here. This is the Boya BY-M1. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so that you can find this microphone as well. This microphone will cost you about $15 to $20, but I think it's well worth it. This is the microphone that I use to do almost all of the voice work on this channel with. The other minor problem with this camera in webcam mode is that it's limited to 1280 by 720. That's not a big deal for me, and I don't think that's a big deal for most users. I think for a conference call, for a Skype, for things like that, that'll be just fine. And I think for most game overlays, it really doesn't matter either. I mean, if you're going to be doing a full screen game and then having an overlay of your webcam on top of that, and your picture is like this big, 1080 is really overkill for something like that. But I'm not one to tell you what kind of equipment you need to use for your stream, so you do you. So overall, I think this camera for 20 bucks is a pretty good deal, even with the workarounds that you have to invest to make it work like a proper webcam. That being said, I'm now going to see how it actually performs as an action cam its intended use. I'm going to stack this thing up against my GoPro Hero 4 and see just what the video quality looks like in comparison. If you're curious, this is what the onboard microphone sounds like in the SJCAM. Not the best. Alright, so as far as vlogging on a bright sunny day, this is what this is going to look like with the SJCAM. As you can see, it's bright and sunny out here. Got some birds chirping, but I don't have, okay, I was going to say I don't have too much wind, but a breeze just picked up, so that's what this is going to sound like. Also, as I mentioned before, the built-in mic on this thing is absolutely not the best sounding thing in the world. It's, I'm pretty sure, mono, so there is that to deal with as well. But this is what it looks like as a vlogging camera. At a further distance, that's what it looks like. I don't know if that's going to work for you or not. Overall, I think the video looks really good on this thing, but the microphone poses a lot of problems. But this is being reviewed as a webcam and not so much an action cam, so I think that microphone problem is remediable. Remediable, is that a word? Alright guys, that's it for my review of the SJ4000 as a budget webcam. I think it does a pretty good job, and I always like technology that does more than one thing. So this thing being a webcam and action cam all in one, it gets my seal of approval. And I know a lot of you are looking for a budget webcam, and as long as you stay away from the fakes, this should fit the bill pretty well. Also, since so many of you are looking for a budget webcam, I'm actually going to give this one away. The complete details for this giveaway are in the video description below. But in a nutshell, all you have to do to have your chance to win is be subscribed to this channel, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment letting me know what you would do with this action cam if you owned it. Would you use it as a webcam or an action cam? Would you use it to talk to your loved ones on Skype, or do a board meeting with Zoom, or start your streaming channel? Entering for your chance to win this piece of low-dough tech is pretty easy, and I'll be collecting entries all month long during the month of June. I'll draw a winner at random promptly after June 30th, and I'll reply to that winner in their comment and let them know how to claim their prize. If you like this video, be sure to check out one of my other videos with low-dough money-saving tech tips. That's it for now, and I'll see you next time.